Hey guys, in this video I'm mainly focused on becoming a front-end web developer, so wanting to learn the HTML, CSS, JavaScript fundamentals, and go along with that, and plus it gives me ideas for videos to go through, and if you guys are learning them, we can do it together. So here's the HTML course. Most of this stuff I've done, which I think I can blow through it really fast, but I think this will be fun. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Unlike a scripting language or programming language that uses scripts to perform functions, a markup language uses tags to identify content. Here's an example of an HTML tag. P tag is a paragraph, basically saying this paragraph is saying I'm a paragraph, so. Oh shit, I think I hit the wrong thing. Yeah, I did. What does a markup language use to identify content? Tags. Correct. The ability to code using HTML is essential for any web professional. Acquiring this skill should be the starting point for anyone who is wanting to learn how to create content for the web, which I'm wanting to do, and aspiring to be a front-end web developer. This is basically how web design today is. We have HTML5, which is the structure, the paragraphs, the sentences, the titles, the headers, the bodies, the footers of a page, and then CSS, presentation, how it makes the HTML look. Then JavaScript is added in to make it have functions, how it behaves. Then PHP, backend, CMS, content management system. It says HTML is easy to learn. It really is easy to learn. I'm just going back through this to, refresh my memory because I went hard for like 10 hours a day for like a month and 2 weeks and I just fell off, so needing a little refresher. So rearrange the code to surround the text. I'm learning HTML and so learn with opening and closing p tags. So that goes there, that goes there. Done. Although various versions have been released over the years, HTML basics remain the same. The structure of an HTML document has been compared with that of a sandwich. As a sandwich has two slices of bread, the HTML document has opening and closing HTML tags. HTML. Immediately following the opening HTML tag, you'll find the head of a document, which is identified by opening and closing head tags. The head of an HTML file contains all the non-visual elements that will help make the page work. Excuse me. So here we have HTML, head, and head. Body tag follows the head tag. All visual structural elements are contained within the body tag. Headings, paragraphs, lists, quotes, images, and links are just a few of the elements that can be contained within the body tag. Okay. Rearrange the code to create a basic HTML document structure. So it'll be there, the header, and then the body. Alright. What type of editor is used to edit HTML code? What? Did I fuck up? HTML files or text files, you can use any a text editor. Okay. Whoops. Okay. .html. If it was CSS, it would be a .css extension for CSS files. That's .html. Place a title on the tab describing the web page. Add a title element to your head section. So what you put between the title tags would be up here. So the title of this is HTML Fundamentals SOLOLEARN. Alright. Where should you put the title tag? I mean the head tags. Alright, creating a blog. Throughout this course, we've helped you practice and create your own unique blog project, so you'll retain what you've learned to be able to put it to use. Just keep going and following the instructions in the tasks section. This is your finished blog page will look like. Alright. So this will be title. Title. It is a little easier, but HTML really isn't a hard language to learn. So what is HTML? It is a markup language. I derped there for a second. Of which main parts does the HTML file consist of? Head and body. Which tag contains the visual part of the web page? Body. Fill in the blanks. It'll be head. Then body. So it does these little quizzes that'll help you retain the knowledge you have. There's different, that's just the overview, then we'll go over the basics, some challenges. Then there's a certificate at the end, which I think would be pretty cool. So this is as far as I got because I used other websites to help me learn. You can see there's quite a bit here. So each paragraph as the example is formatted differently to demonstrate what each tag does. Okay. Strong, sub. HTML includes 6 levels of headings, H1 through H6, H1 being the biggest text size and H6 being the smallest. So that's H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. What tags are used to indicate headings? H1 through H6. Create a horizontal line, use the HR tag. Alright, so HR / creates that, alright. HR. The browser does not display comments, but they help document the HTML and add descriptions, reminders, and other notes. The comment goes here. So this would be commented out. It wouldn't be added to the code because this is what is used to comment out in HTML. So / and then shit, what was it? Damn it. See, I forgot quite a bit. Alright. It's just a nice little, you know, if you forget stuff, you can go back through and learn. But get back to our blog project. The About Me section will contain a heading that's wrapped in an H1 tag along with 2 paragraphs that format text using the tags you just learned. You may have noticed that we've also used some CSS to add colors and styles to the page. When you complete HTML, we strongly recommend our free CSS tutorial. So I and a closing P. HTML documents are made up of HTML elements. An HTML element is written using a starting tag and an end tag, and with the content in between. HTML documents consist of nested HTML elements in the example below. The body element includes the paragraph tags, the break tag, and the content. This is a paragraph. Some HTML elements, like the break tag, do not have end tags. Some elements are quite small since you can't put contents within a break tag and you don't have an opening and closing break tag. It's a separate single element, so HTML is really scripting with elements within elements. Alright. So this will be head, then title. So HTML, learning HTML really isn't that hard of a feat, but it is used every day in front-end web engineering. Even back-end needs to learn it. Excuse me. Attributes provide additional information about an element or tag while also modifying them. Most attributes have a value. The value modifies the attribute. So this will align the paragraph to be centered. As you can see right here. What is the role of an attribute in HTML? It modifies the tag. As an example, we can modify the horizontal line so it has a width of 50 pixels. This can be done with the width attribute. An element's width can also be defined using percentages. Alright. The align attribute is used to specify how the text is aligned. In the example below, we have a paragraph that is aligned to the center and a line that is aligned to the right. Most of this stuff is usually done in a CSS file, but they're just teaching it like this for some reason. What attribute is used to align the contents of an element to the right, center, or left? Align. You may be wondering what happens if you try to apply contradictory attributes within the same element. Okay, so it just basically an error. Which attribute is used to align the content of a paragraph to the right? So align. So, images. The image tag is used to insert an image. It contains only attributes and does not have a closing tag. The image's URL address can be defined using the source attribute. The HTML image syntax looks like this. So image, source, and then this would be the link. And instead of a slash image closing, it's just / bracket. So image. You need to put the image location for the source attribute that is between the quotation marks. For example, if you have a photo named tree.jpg in the same folder as the HTML file, your code should look like this. So image source tree.jpg. The alt is to give more information about the image. So what attribute should be used to add an image URL? So source. To define the image size, use the width and height attributes. The value can be specified in pixels or as a percentage. What two attributes can be used to resize images inside HTML code? So width and height. By default, an image has no borders. Use the border attribute within the image tag to create a border around the image. Alright. Image source. Alright, links. Links are also an integral part of every web page. You can add links to text or images that will enable the user to click on them in order to be directed to another file or web page. In HTML, links are defined using the anchor tag. Use the href attribute to define the link's destination address. Alright, what tag is used to create a link to the web page? A. In the example below, a link to SOLOLEARN's website is defined. href SOLOLEARN learn playing. Once the code has been saved, learn playing will display as a link. Alright. Which attribute of the link tag contains the URL location that you are trying to link to? The target. No? href. The target attribute specifies where to open the link document. Giving a _ blank value to your attribute will have the link opened in a new window or a new tab. Okay, so that's where I messed up. Which value of the target attribute makes the link open in a new tab or new window? So it would be _ blank. Correct. An ordered list starts with the OL tag, and each list item is defined by the line tag. Here's an example of an ordered list. Not a line, that's a list. Yeah, it defines a list item. Alright, so the ordered list would go on the outside, or unordered list. Then the line would go between the ordered list or unordered list. So, 1, 2, 3. And if you used UL, it would be bullets instead of numbers. Alright? Enter the tag corresponding to the list item, LI. An unordered list starts with the UL tag. So yeah, see, it starts with bullets with UL. So LI, then UL. Blog project, my skills. Back to our blog. Let's create the my skills section, which is an unordered list of languages you know. Remember to use the UL tag in which each item is represented by the line tag to create an unordered list. Take a look at the code. Alright. That'd be A, then UL. Oh. Wait, did I type that wrong? Fill in the blanks to create a list in which the first item links to SOLOLEARN. Why is there just an A right here? Okay, that confuses me. Sure. I forgot the... Wait, did I? I'm so confused right now. Like, the way they word these things sometimes makes no sense to me. Fill in the blanks to create a list in which the first item links to SOLOLEARN. Oh, so it'd be list, I believe? Yeah, okay. I derped for a minute. Tables are defined using the table tag. Tables are divided into table rows with the TR tag. Table rows are divided into table columns, table data with the T tag. So you would start with a table tag, then closing table at the end of it, then table row, then the table data goes in the middle of the table row. Which tag is to create columns in a row? TD. A border can be added using the border attribute, table border 2. A table cell can span 2 or more columns. What attribute is used to expand a cell for 2 or more cells? I think it's row span. Oh, call span then. Alright. The example below demonstrates the call span attribute in action. Alright, so orange, yeah, it would span 2. Alright. Fill in the blanks. That'd be TR, table, shit, my tab fucked up. TD. To change your table's position, use the align attribute inside your table tag. Table align center. Let's specify a background color of red for a table cell. To do that, just use the BG color attribute. The BG color red would turn that red. Alright. What attribute is used to change the color of a cell? Color. $12.18. Use the table tags to add a table to your blog that represents your daily learning schedule. The table header tags represent the table headers. Take a look at the following code. Alright. So this would be tr/td. In HTML, most elements are defined as block level or inline elements. Block level elements start from a new line. For example, H1, form, line, ordered list, unordered list, paragraph, pre-table, div, etc. Inline elements are normally displayed without line breaks. For example, bold, A, strong, image, input, emphasis, span, etc. The div element is a block level element that is often used as a container for other HTML elements. When used together with some CSS styling, the div element can be used to style blocks of content. So they gave it a background color of green with a color of white text with 20 pixels of padding. What it would look like. Similarly, the span element is an inline element that is often used as a container for some text. When used together with CSS, the span element can be used to style parts of the text. So it's basically giving it a class, basically. So it would just target important, and I would color the message red. Okay. Which of the following are block level elements? Oh, shit. H1 and... Wait, aren't they all? Maybe? Nope, I fucked up. Alright, let's go back. HTML elements, most elements are defined as block level or inline. Okay, so inline elements are basically elements that are used inline like these. Block level. Okay, I get it. So H1 div. Alright. Other elements can be used either as block level elements or inline elements. This includes the following elements: applet, embedded Java applet, iframe, inline frame, ins, inserted text, map, image map, object, embedded object, script within an HTML document. You can insert inline elements inside block elements. For example, you can have multiple span elements inside of a div element. Okay. Can you insert a block element inside of an inline element? Nope. Alright, and this video, that is going to conclude with that, and I'll continue this in another video. Thanks, guys.